What's up, my fantastic human beings? Have you seen? I'm in here yelling. I'm sorry. I went in, as soon as I said "have you," it did it again. My AirPod goes. Never mind, because I have it on transparency mode. And she, man, now I know kind of what my wife is feeling when I'm like, "What? I couldn't hear you. Stop yelling." I'm not yelling. I'm trying to let you know, girl. I didn't hear what you said. She says, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Sorry I busted your eardrums. But yeah, I have taken a look at I haven't been on the test server yet. I've been in this really weird place mentally regarding like just life in general. It's weird, man. Like all of the things that is going on in the world, I know that I'm not immune to it, and I know that at some level, I'm experiencing the same things. The blah, I can't stay awake, all I want to do is sleep, all that stuff. And a lot of the things that I wanted to do has been falling through the cracks. That's just life. But yeah, I've honestly, man, I had this whole thing prepared, this whole video prepared, and I'm guilty of not guilty. I'm not guilty. I guess I'm not immune to the overcritical self. And I'm like, man, there's no way in hell, I'm gonna make a dent with anything that I say, because there's other content creators. As soon as they drop something, they get 15,000 views on it, like within like 2 hours, 3 hours, 10 hours. Others get like 700, 800 views within the first 30 minutes. And my stuff is like, it doesn't even, I guess I'm different, which makes me different. And I'm glad, because I don't want to be like them. I really don't. I really don't. The other content creators, because I don't want to be a template version of what I see. Because there's some people that are just the same as other people, and it works for them. That's just them. They, their models are similar and different. So even though mine is way different, mine is more about life than it is about just the game itself. And it looks like, there's more people out there that want to just see gameplay with no talking. There's others that want to see gameplay with commentary. There's others that want to see gameplay with tutorials. There's others that want to see gameplay with tutorials and see video of the person doing the content, the creator, face cam or face reveal or whatever it is called. So yeah. So I deleted it. I was like, man, it's just, man, whatever. 'Tis what it is, y'all. It is what it is. Do I regret it? No, I don't. Because like I said before, I don't want to be like everyone else and making the same content, regurgitating the same information that everyone else is seeing, even though it's just presented differently. I don't want to be the same as everyone else. So that being said, I'm dealing with, it's like I want to make more videos and stuff, but it's like, oh man, as soon as I drop into a match, it just seems as though it's just, it's Titans. It's just, that's what it boils down to. The first match, the first and only match that I played today, I dropped in, and I don't care about going against full squads. I really don't. but it was a full squad, and they had beacon control within the first minute of the game. And I was on my third bot, and by the time I was on my third bot, this is probably about, like, I would say 2 minutes into the match, I get to center beacon and I see off in the distance 3 Yao Mings drop. And I'm looking at the board and I'm like, hey, y'all, really? Really? 3 Yao Mings, 3 Titans being spawned within the first, now 2 minutes of the match. Needless to say, the match ended at like 8:05 remaining. And so I just force closed the game. And I just shut my iPad off and I walked away. And I'm sitting in the living room, and I turn on the TV. And as I'm flipping through the channels, and I go into the same channel that I go to, I was watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I started laughing at myself, because it seems as though, you know, there's metaphors in everything. There's life lessons in everything. And it's like, how often are you in a situation where you see a Titan, you see a massive obstacle in your way, and you know in the natural there's no way that you're going to defeat that. There's no way for you to conjure up enough endurance, enough strength, enough power to conquer that obstacle. No intellectual savvy, no past experiences, no tools at your disposal, no resources at your disposal. It just isn't going to happen. It reminded me of that quote from Henry Ford, is obstacles become visible when we take our eyes off our goal. And that was the moment that I realized I took my mind, my eyes, my internal dialogue, and it became all about the Titan. It became all about the obstacle. How am I going to get through this? How am I going to conquer this? How am I going to win? You know, there's people out here in the world that, you know, lost their jobs, lost their health, maybe lost their loved ones in addition to all that. And their reality is the struggle. Their reality is the Titan. There's no way that you can beat it. There's no way that they can beat it, whatever it is. But what's interesting is that you recall back to all those individual things that you've gone through, that they've gone through, whatever, and you start asking yourself, or they start asking themselves, how was I reacting during that time? How did I feel during that time? Obviously, if I'm the one that's going through it, or they going through it, obviously we've gotten through it, because we're now in a position where we're looking back at that situation. We're like, dang, it was dark and dreary. I was feeling hopeless. I was feeling helpless. But somehow I got through it. Somehow I got enough strength to get up. I had enough endurance to keep stepping forward and taking another breath. I had enough power to push through that whatever it was that prevented me from opening that door or closing that door, or whatever it was. And we were alive to fight another day. So that's what I was kind of chuckling to myself, you know, thinking about that situation of me, you know, facing those Titans, and looking at how the game has become, and it's like I'm going through my hangar, you know, right before I came here for a ride. I'm not at the park right now, I just finished. But I was looking at all the weapons, the robots and stuff that I have in my active hangar, in my secondary hangar, and in reserve, if you will. And I'm like, dang, man, 90% of this, not the 10%, because the 10% is in my active hangar, the hangar that I actually go into battle with. The other bots, the other weapons, I don't even bother with anymore. They're fixtures, they're memories. And I'm thinking, dang, man, none of these weapons are A, effective. B, they're not even leveled up, or they are leveled up. It's just they have too long of a reload, or they deplete too fast, or they don't have enough splash, or they don't do enough damage to a specific type of robot that's out there in the field. Or if we're talking about robots, they're not fast enough. They don't have enough firepower. They don't have enough HP. Whatever it is. They were old tools during a time in life in the game where they were effective back then, but they're no longer effective. Wow, man. It's dope. It really is. When you start looking at things in the game as metaphors for life, because it is truly, truly parallel. So you look at sorry about the chatter of the ladies that are out here. I don't want to start my truck and then startle them, because I don't think that they know that I'm in my truck. But you know, the remastered version, man, when I saw those renders and I saw the videos, the clips and stuff, yo, that is totally awesome. Totally awesome. And it's like, you know, when you're going through a dark time in life, you know, you go outside and, you know, there's a lack of color, there's a lack of vibrance. And when things start coming together, you start getting enough serotonin and dopamine, and you start, you know, feeling better. You know, the cloud has been lifted. You could see color again. You can see hope around the corner. You could see resolve around the corner. And that's what I look at with the remastered version, is that it is kind of like the fog has been lifted. You can now see a clear day again. The sun is now out and turning on, you know, all the leaves really green, and the trunks of trees really brown, and you know, you see butterflies, and they're no longer just blah colors of yellow and red and orange. They're vibrant colors. That's what I felt when I started watching the remastered version clips. And if I remember correctly, those were all at performance level. They weren't, I think it's ultra level. The ultra level, I really want to see that. You know, the only reference that I have with, you know, any what do they call it? Like when you can change the graphics and optimize the graphics, whether it's to preserve battery, whether it's for the colorblind or whatever. It's PUBG, because I play that every night with my friends. And, you know, changing the graphics to be realistic, or to be more cartoony, to preserve frame rate, resources for the actual device that you're playing on, or to preserve battery, whatever it is. To be able to do that, that's on point. That's beautiful. That's just beautiful. Mwah. And then people are asking, like, why has it got to be a new one, like a new app? What kind of, shenanigans is that? I mean, it makes sense. I was telling a friend of mine, Brian, we were talking the other day, and, it just makes sense. You have I'm sitting in front of my desk where I have my monitors and my laptop, and the desk is a solid wood desk. It's a really old desk. It's an antique desk. And if I want to do any type of project outside of that, I'm going to need new space. I'm going to need a wider space. So I'm going to have to get a new table, or I have to get something to where I can expand my workspace. Or if I want to go up higher and make a standing desk, I have to put things on top of it, like I have to pile books on top of each other and then stack my monitor on top of the books. And then my laptop, I have to prop it up on another set of books. But there are other desks that are out there that have a wide workspace, and it has the ability to where you can raise it up or lower it down, spread it out, even going up and spreading it out, even, it just makes sense that instead of keeping the old desk and having to clutter it up with a bunch of, things to make whatever my system right now work, just get something that's new, probably cheaper, but just it's meant for that specific function because I've outgrown the other platform, pun intended. So it just makes sense that they would need a new platform in order to build upon what it is that they're working on now. So I guess that makes sense to me. So, but yeah, man, just just giving you a update, letting you know where the brother is. Yeah, man. I'm gonna get to the house. My wife is probably getting off of work soon, and I gotta clean up because I got a little pre-workout in, a little some hip rehab in the living room, and all the stability ball and the foam roller and all that stuff is still in the living room, and I want her to come home to a clutter-free zone. All right, y'all. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day, wonderful morning, wonderful afternoon, and no matter where you are in the world, I hope you, your friends, and your family are happy, healthy, and safe. And until next time, holla. Love you guys. Peace.